And then I'm just going to say, hi, everybody. This is Dawn Block. I know I'm a little bit earlier than, it's almost 6 o'clock. I said I'd be on at 6, but I thought I'd get out there and just kind of see if anybody's out there right now and if anybody's watching this. That way, when we start off with the Q&A, at least maybe we'll have a couple people on. If you're seeing this now, let me know. Put a comment in the comments below so I know that you're seeing this Facebook Live. And let me know the quality, because actually I'd like to know if you're hearing me. I purchased some microphones so that hopefully that you'll be hearing us a little bit clearer. And also, I also am using a camera, so I'm hoping that you will be able to see a little bit better quality in the picture. So if you do, let me know what you think. Comment, put it in the comments, and then we'll be starting in a couple of minutes. So if you're out there and you're seeing us, just let us know. We've got just a couple more minutes to go. I'll give you a couple more minutes to sign on if you're out there. And I got to let my husband know that I'm out there. We're on. We are live. So we'll start in just a couple of seconds with the Q&A, and I'll introduce our guests. So if you are out there and if you're seeing this, just please give us a thumbs up. Let us know what you're thinking. We're gonna ask a couple of really neat questions that came in. Just to kind of start out, I did put a question out there. I've been, just to kind of let you know, if you don't know who I am, I've been for about 7 months now. My name is Dawn Block. I'm with Century211st Class Homes, and I've been doing a Q&A session with people in the real estate business, anybody. It could be, I've done it with attorneys. I've done a Q&A with, we did it with our stager, Teresa, and Mark, you know Teresa.
Yeah, I know Teresa. Yeah. Very well.
So Mark knows Teresa, and she's a stager that, you know, I swear up and down, she does a great job with her staging. So I've had her on. I've also had an attorney on. We had a real estate attorney, and we also had a real estate appraiser. So what I've been doing is I've been just going out there, letting people see what people want to see. So my followers who follow me, I just want to see what type of people would you want to have on to talk, you know, to see about maybe asking any questions. So I see my husband's out there. Hi. So I just wanted to start out. Why don't we start now? It's a couple minutes earlier, but that's okay. Everybody, hello. Again, this is Dawn Block with Century211st Class Homes. I had put out a question about a couple of weeks ago for a Q&A on Facebook Live with a handyman. I actually put a question out there, and I've got a couple of questions that came back. So what we're going to do is I'd like to first introduce my guest. This is Mark Gustfason. He's a handyman. And Mark, if you can just let us know a little bit about your background. I want to thank you, first of all, for coming on this Facebook Live.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, thank you. And then also, if you can give a little, I'll ask you a couple questions, but a little bit about your background.
I've been doing construction since high school. But as far as being a handyman and on a regular basis, it's been 20 years plus that I've been taking care of people's houses. As far as everything, electrical, plumbing, room additions, bathrooms, kitchens. So,
now, did you start out with a construction company and then go handyman, or?
No, I actually started out working in high school. I worked for a company that did a lot of build outs in Elk Grove. And they just did a lot of new construction type stuff in businesses when Elk Grove was growing.
Oh, okay. And then, so what is the name of your company?
It's Mark Gustfason Construction and Handyman Services.
Okay.
And we're located in Schaumburg.
Okay, and your company's been in business for 20 years?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And then, how can people get in touch with you?
You can reach me at Mark Gus. It's MarkGus at AOL.com, or my cell phone is 847-337-6406.
Okay. I know my sister was here just a couple of minutes ago, yes. And don't forget, I need your business card.
She says she needs some closet doors repaired, for sure.
So definitely give me your business card before you leave. So again, everybody out there, this is Mark Gustfason. We've got a couple questions here that we're gonna ask. And the first question that came up was, what improvements do I need a permit for?
Well, as far as bathrooms, if you're doing major plumbing repairs, if you're redoing your bathroom, a lot of the villages will require a permit for that. Kitchen remodels, when you're doing plumbing, electrical, any kind of electrical, if you're doing can lighting or anything like that, they like to have electrical permit. So, windows, roof, there's a lot it depends on what municipality you're in.
So would you say that the owner should go to the village that they live in?
The best thing is to contact your city and ask at the building department what requires a permit. They have a paperwork, and you could probably even go on the city websites. They'll have a list of different permit requirements.
Okay. Now, who picks up the permit? Does the homeowner have to pick it up, or does the contractor? Or
the homeowner can pick it up, or the contractor. It just depends on how the homeowner feels.
Oh, okay. So, now since you're a handyman, what qualifications should somebody look for in their handyman?
Well, you want to. All my business is from references only. I don't do any kind of advertising whatsoever. So it's all word of mouth. So you want to find somebody that has good references, that have been around, that do quality work. There's a lot of people out there that you'll come across that, do things so, but you want to make sure somebody's going to do the job right. So
I'll be honest with you. I met Mark through Teresa DeCoble, who is my stager. And Mark has done work on a couple of my listings, and I would assume that you probably work with other realtors.
I work with a lot of realtors.
So
I do a lot of stuff after the realtor sells the house, and they'll have the home inspection. I'll go in and do all the repairs and get it ready for the closing.
Do you work close with a stager too to prepare the house to get it to putting on the market?
Not necessarily. When Teresa will go in there and she'll tell the homeowner that's getting ready to sell their house different improvements that need to be done.
Okay.
And I'll get a phone call usually from one of her references that says, hey, can you come over and change a light and do this? So it's light fixtures a lot of times, and maybe a faucet, sprucing up the house.
Well, that's how we connected. Mm-hmm. It was Teresa doing a staging on one of my listings in Elk Grove Village, and there was a lot of work, and we got it all together.
Yep.
You did a great job, so that's why I use you again. So, and that's why you're here. So, so you said you're basically word of mouth.
Yes.
But how do you get references, or when you're considering
you can ask your neighbors, ask your realtor. Because usually there's somebody out there that's had a handyman come in and done some work. As far as there's Angie's List, which I'm not on, but there's other people out there that are.
Well, that says a lot about your business, because
right.
Not being on a site on the internet, you still are keeping busy with
very
referrals.
busy. Yeah.
So that is a good thing. That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
So what type of jobs do you complete yourself? What do you take care of?
I do kitchens, I do bathrooms, I do electrical and plumbing, and I will do some small appliance repair if necessary. People call me about that if their dryer or washer's not working. But I can do windows, patio doors, so it's just about anything.
Oh, well, that's good to know. Do I want a handyman that is, they said three things: licensed, bonded, and insured. And then they ask, what does that even mean? Because they don't. What is being licensed? I mean,
license. Each city has a licensing department for a business license. So you go into Schaumburg or Elk Grove, and they actually have a business license that you go in there. And you just go in and you purchase your business license. And as far as electrical, that license comes from the state. Same thing with a plumbing type license. So you actually, something that's different than a regular business license. And as far as the bonding, that means that there's somebody that backs you if you fail to take care of the job properly, where the homeowner or customer can go in and get reimbursed for stuff that you didn't do, and then you're required to pay that back to the bonding company.
Oh, okay.
And then insurance. Everybody should have insurance. I carry $1 million liability policy just to make sure, that there's no problems.
Okay. Okay. And what does if I have an electric or a plumbing that needs to be repaired, is a handyman qualified to do that? If so, how do you know?
As far as electrical, most handymen can take care of changing outlets or changing a kitchen faucet and little type plumbing jobs, electrical jobs. When you get into some of the major stuff where they want you to, run all new electrical wiring in houses, and some municipalities, they have what they call arc fault instead of just GFCI outlets now,
Mm-hmm.
or breakers. So that way, that's something that's different. So they'll want you to come in, and you'll have to actually have a electrical license for that, not just a handyman license. But
So is that pretty much on a case by case basis?
yes, it's pretty much, yeah. Most handymen can take care of small stuff, but you don't need a electrical license for.
Okay. So basically then what you're saying is that if somebody's looking for a handyman to do a specific job, they should really ask them if they handle that type of a thing.
Yeah, that's your best bet. Just, contact the handyman and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Can you come out and tell me, what your qualifications are, and go from there.
All right. Now, I have a couple of people that asked some certain maintenance questions that we're going to ask you. I had one say, I have mold. Okay, I have mold, a green tinge on my vinyl siding on the north side, which is the shaded side of the house. How can I just power wash it, or what would you suggest? Would you suggest a soap, or what kind of things could you suggest getting rid of that? Is that mold?
It's a mold, mildew, algae type. A lot of it comes from, what happens is the sap from the trees will get onto your siding, and then it'll feed on that sap. So your best bet is you can use soap, a dishwashing soap and water, and a soft bristle brush to scrub it off. With long pole, you can use a power washer, but you want to be careful on that so you don't get too close, and because it can do some damage if you're not careful on the pressure washers. But another product out there is called Wet It and Forget It, and that's basically what you do is you spray it on the house, and you don't have to do anything. As it rains and gets wet, it'll help clean the house.
Do you think you have to take a hose and
it just connects
off?
to a hose, and you just spray it on the house with the hose and in the bottle. It comes in a bottle with a hose attachment.
Oh, okay.
You can use vinegar and water, 70% water, 30% vinegar, and spray that on the house, and that'll help kill that mold and mildew.
Oh, okay. All right. So how can you prevent it from coming back?
No, you really can't. I mean, it's just preventative maintenance. You just kind of spray it with a product, and that'll help keep it clean. Okay. So.
Where would you find these products?
You can find them at Home Depot, Menards, Walmart.
Oh, okay.
They carry a lot of home big box stores carry that.
Okay. Jean, I hope that was your question. So I hope you took notes down here so you know what you can do to get rid of your algae on the north side of your house. The next question I have is, my front door is a metal door that has been painted. I wanted to change the color of the paint. Is there a prepping I need to do to the door?
You'd want to wash it, and you want to do a light sanding with a sandpaper before you paint it, and then just get a good quality exterior paint for the door.
Do you have to prime it first?
Not necessarily. A lot of times the paint will have a primer in it. So if it's a first time being painted, you might have to put a primer in there. But with the quality paints that they have nowadays, you don't necessarily have to prime it.
Okay, and then what kind of a paint should I use on the front door?
A good exterior. A lot of times people use a semi-gloss exterior paint is your best bet. You know, you just want to get a good quality paint.
Oh, okay. All right. So another question. So I hope, Chris, that you took notes too, so you can get that front door all done. But the next question, do you charge, when you're doing your services, do you charge for travel times?
No, usually not.
No.
No, it's usually because most of my customers are local. I did do a job in Alsop earlier this year, and I did charge a little bit of travel time for that, but most of the time, no.
And then I had another question off the top of my head. So if it was basically, do you charge like fees or anything like that? Is it just, how do you charge when you're charging for a job?
Well, it depends. You know, if it's just flying in there, taking care of a job and leaving, then I just, usually charge a flat rate. Just depends on what the job is. So, but then if I'm going to be there for a while, then, I could usually give you a price ahead of time as far as what it's going to cost.
Do you have an hourly rate that you do charge that people know, or does it depend on the complexity of the job?
Yeah, usually it just depends on the complexity, because there are some jobs that go in there and it's a 15-minute job. So it's like, it's kind of hard to say I'm going to charge you by the hour for that. So it's just usually a flat rate. If I'm going to be there for a while and it's a longer job, then I'll figure some hourly rate for a person.
Okay, all right. I guess that's pretty much everything that we've had. What we're going to do, this is all the questions that we had. If there's anybody out there that has any other questions, we'd be happy to answer them. Again, if you have a question, and after this Q&A, and you post it in the comments below, I will be sure to have Mark answer the question for you. And then what I'll do is I'll put the answer in the question, or you can private message me with any question that you have, and I'll send it to Mark and get an answer, and then that way I can private message you back. So don't hesitate. I mean, you can, or better yet, just give Mark a call and talk to him, and you maybe set up an appointment to have him come over to your house. So again, we're going to be putting this video on, it'll be on my Facebook business page. It will also be on LinkedIn. I'll post a link on LinkedIn. I'll post it on my YouTube channel so that you can go back and review it at your leisure. I will post it on my Facebook feed so people can view it at their leisure also. I want to thank Mark for coming by and participating in this Q&A session. Mark, if you could please just give your contact information again for everybody.
It's Mark Gus, MarkGus at AOL.com, or 847-337-6406.
Okay, all right, real good. So what I will be doing, I'll probably next month around the same time, I'll be doing another Facebook Live. So if you have anything real estate related that you'd like me to set up a Q&A session like I did with our handyman here, Mark, I'd be happy to do that. Just put your comments below on who you'd like to see have me do a Q&A for, and I will make sure that it will happen. It's been great doing the Q&A with everybody. I'm glad everybody was able to watch this. Mark, thank you again for coming.
Having me.
And everybody have a great afternoon, and we will be in touch. I'll be soon getting this up on our feed so that you'll be able to see it. Thanks again. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.